Hey, Andre here, and I've been playing a ton of Super Mario 3D All-Stars over the past couple of weeks for review, which you should totally check out if you haven't already. Anyways, during my time with the game, I've noticed quite a few things about the collection that you may not know, including things like new menu details, graphic changes, dialogue edits, control tweaks, and lots more. 25 things in total to be exact, but since I've been so busy with the review, Derek will actually be the one to walk you through each one. So take it away, Derek.
So one of the cooler aspects of Super Mario 3D All-Stars is that it includes the original CD soundtracks for all three games, allowing you to listen to their music at any time. But what you might not know is that one of the soundtracks contains a song that isn't actually in a game, the piano rendition of Piranha Plant's Lullaby from Super Mario 64. Now, this isn't a completely new song, it was just exclusive to this CD, but it's still a soothing bonus to the package. There's more to the main menu though. Every time you return to it, a different song from one of the three soundtracks plays, providing a constant randomizer. Of course, you could always select a different song to listen to while you decide on which game to play. And once a game is chosen, the artwork displayed is loaded randomly. I've seen some of this artwork before, but the sharpness of some of them really did surprise me. Now speaking of those games, there's the eternal question of whether you'll be able to show your sweet moves, clutch moments, and countless failures in Sunshine's Pachinko level with the Switch's video capture. And you can! All three support the feature. There's also an option to play each game in multiple languages. Simply hit minus on the game selection menu, choose your language, and then you too can call out Bravissimo, Splendido, and Shine Get when you grab a new shine. But let's say you're playing one of the games and you want to remember all the moves or simply switch to a different game. Well, all you have to do is hit the minus button and a pause menu will appear, providing access to the controls, a move list, the option to return to the collection menu, and in Galaxy's case, how you turn on Co-Star mode. However, these are the only options you can expect to see, as there are no new options available. There's no save state option or a rewind feature to fix a mistake. You're gonna have to kick it old school to beat these, but hey, I know you can do it. Jumping into Super Mario 64, the title screen has been altered slightly, as it now has Press Plus rather than Press Start. The bigger change though is the fact that this is the Japanese exclusive Shindo Pack Taiyo version of Mario 64, as evidenced by the 1996/1997 copyright dates on the title screen. Along with a few other changes we'll be detailing, this version actually supported the Rumble Pack, so the controller will now vibrate during butt stomps and the like. This updated version also added a new way to play with Mario's face on the title screen, as pushing the R button fills the screen with replicas, all reacting to how you mess with the main face. Watch as all their noses bounce in unison. Hypnotizing. Another change that the Shindo Pack Taiyo version implemented is one you might recognize from the reveal trailer. Mario will no longer say "So long, King Bowser" when throwing Bowser, and instead says "Bye-bye." Though we're sad the iconic line is gone, it does make sense since Bowser is known as King Koopa in Japan, hence the removal in this version. The final change from the Shindo version that speedrunning fans will especially miss is the backwards long jump glitch. It's still possible to perform, but the extra speed gained from it is gone. Gonna have to play with all us slowpokes, I suppose, or stick with the original. Before moving on from Mario 64 though, we gotta know, how much clearer is the infamous L is real statue? Could we see it in more detail? Well, no. No, it's still as blurry as ever. Sorry, Luigi. So the big question when it comes to Super Mario Sunshine is whether it supports the GameCube adapter, allowing you to play just as it was on the original. Well, yes and no. You can absolutely control Sunshine with the GameCube controller, but the analog triggers no longer work as they did. On Switch, the ZR button uses FLUDD while moving, while R is for when Mario is standing in place. That applies to the GameCube controller as well, except with R and Z. We were almost there. Speaking of FLUDD, its aiming controls are normal by default with no new option to invert them. There's no way to play like how it was originally. What hasn't changed is FLUDD's button icons, which still appear as they do on the GameCube. What's strange though is that FLUDD now says press the button in its intro cutscene rather than press the R button. There doesn't even seem to be a need for it since R absolutely still works on the Switch.
Use the button to shoot water from my tank. If you press the button, you can stop and shoot.
There was another icon that was removed, though this one makes a bit more sense. Sound is no longer an option since it's handled by the Switch now, so this is more about efficiency. And for consistency's sake, we suppose the GameCube controller icon has been removed next to the rumble option. Finally, let's talk about the cutscenes, as all of them have been upscaled from the original videos, which has resulted in a few distortions. And in Sunshine's case in particular, the cutscenes have been zoomed in, cutting off the top and bottom of the image. Jumping over to Super Mario Galaxy, most of the major changes that we haven't mentioned come down to the controls. First of all, the pointer controls differ slightly depending on the control method. The Pro Controller is tilted on its own, the entire Switch system is tilted in handheld mode, and only the right Joy-Con works with Joy-Con mode, which makes it feel closest to the original release. However, unlike the original, both Joy-Con will rumble since the nunchuck attachment had none on the Wii. This change in technology causes something to be lost though. Obviously enough, there's no speaker in the Joy-Con, so the star bit noises from collecting them don't play anymore. Continuing on, we confirm that pushing the Y button to perform the spin move is indeed a method in the game, but not the only one. It's possible to shake the controller to spin, but it seems to require an even harder shake than before. The touchscreen can also be used in handheld mode to collect and shoot star bits, as well as on the pool stars. In addition, the shake animation that plays has been changed from a Wii Remote to a Joy-Con. The only other major difference is that you can no longer choose your Mii to represent your save file.
Woo, and there you have it! Everything that we noticed about Super Mario 3D All-Stars that you might have missed. Now go check out our review if you haven't already. And with that, thanks for watching, and make sure to click that subscribe button and ring that bell for tons more on Super Mario 3D All-Stars and everything else Nintendo Switch.